On behalf of Gen Alpha, I'm here to tell you something very important. Forests slay. And for all you boomers out there, don't worry, I'll translate. Slay means really cool. That's right, trees are cool. They cover almost 1/3 all the land on Earth. That's a huge part of our planet. And did you know about 80% of the world animal, plant, and insect species live in forests or depend on forests to survive? But forests don't just help plants and animals, they help people too. Trees regulate our planet's temperature and keep the soil strong, so floods, landslides, and other natural disasters don't cause as much damage. And guess what? Forests are important for our health too. They help clean the air we breathe and the water we drink. They even help protect us from new diseases. So yeah, forests really do slay, especially the native ones, which are natural forests that have not been impacted by humans yet. But many of these forests are under threat, and we aren't doing a very good job protecting them. Like, check out these Google Earth images from tropical forests in Brazil. You can see that over the span of just 27 years, 1,000 square miles of forest have been cleared, taking out animals, plants, and the habitats they called home. In fact, in the 5 minutes it takes for me to finish this talk, 12,000 trees will be cut down. That's like 200 football fields. So why is it happening? Well, deforestation is mainly happening because of us, human activities, like eating meat, buying products that have a lot of palm oil, and cutting down trees for paper. But it's mainly happening in the tropical forests like the Amazon and Congo Basin, and those are worse because they are the ones that have the most biodiversity. I think about deforestation every day because it's a big problem for the future, especially kids my age. My parents say I've always been a tree hugger, and honestly, they're not wrong. But it wasn't until I learned about deforestation in 5th grade that I knew I had to take action. But here's the thing. Kids can't do this alone, and we shouldn't have to. We didn't create most of the problems affecting forests today, but we are the ones who will live with the consequences the longest. That's why solving this problem requires all of us, because each of us has a role to play. If you're a kid, speak up, get involved, and make earth-friendly choices. If you're a parent, support your child, give them the tools they need to advocate. Maybe drive them to a protest, or you could join them. You could also volunteer to go tree planting together. But real change also requires large-scale action. Scientists need funding to continue to understand how to protect and restore our forest. Elected officials and policymakers must work together to protect indigenous land rights and promote STEM education, so kids like me can learn to appreciate science at a young age. Companies and CEOs must put planet over profit by choosing sustainable practices. And the rest of us? We must come together across generations to build a better future through the choices we make, the products we buy, and the leaders we support. And the good news is that change is already happening. Like take Lacine Montukai from Nairobi, Kenya, who loves soccer. Lacine learned when he was 12 years old to let 30,000 acres of forest leave his home country of Kenya every year. And that destroys animal homes and leads to terrible mudslides that wipe out towns. So whenever his soccer team scored a goal, he planted 11 trees, one for each player on his team. And that's how his initiative, Trees for Goals, started, which has already planted 5,500 trees so far. But don't go home thinking you have to start a nonprofit or plant trees every day. Start small. Use both sides of a paper or tell your friends and family about deforestation. Think, can I eat all that before ordering at a restaurant? Reduce how much meat you eat and buy products that are certified sustainable. Now, I know all this doesn't sound like a lot, but a Chinese proverb says that you move a mountainous challenge like this one spoonful at a time. And I think that the more people that are moving that mountain makes it easier. Because when we all work together, forests don't just slay, they stay.